Hello guys, this is MJ and welcome in today's video. Now this video is for those who are getting into web development. This will be the basis. Okay, these are the basis of web development. In this video, we are going to create a responsive navigation bar using HTML, CSS, and a bit of JavaScript. Let me walk you through the finished project. This is what we will be creating in this project, this navigation bar. We have the links and our logo on the far left, the pages on the right, home, about, portfolio, and content. When you hover your mouse over, it changes to blue, from white to blue. Okay, we will see how to add this effect. Okay, so when you are on a mobile device or smaller devices, this is how it is going to look like. This is Pixel 5. We can go ahead and check for different devices, and then you'll see that the pages or the nav links, it turns to them. We have this nice little hamburger icon. When you click on it, it displays your links or your pages, and at the same time it turns to a close icon or this X, and when you click on it, it closes the links. Look at this nice animation, close and open animation. Alright guys, so that's it guys. So let's get started. I will start with this project by creating a folder at the desktop. Let me click create a folder at the desktop. I will name this folder navigation bar. I will be using VS Code in this project, but you can use any code editor of your choice. Let me go ahead and open my folder in VS Code. Alright guys, we will start by adding our pages or creating our pages. Index.html, not pages file, right? We will start by creating our files. The index.html file. And then let's create our styles.css, and then let's create our JavaScript main.js. Let's close this area so that we can have more working space. Let's add our basic HTML structure. Sorry, not here. Always come back, not here please. Click, let me close these two tabs. Yeah, don't save, just close. Let me add the basic HTML structure, and then the first thing we are going to do is add our title, responsive navigation bar. You can name this project any title of your choice. Let's go ahead and link our styles and our CSS and JavaScript files to our HTML. So right here I am going to add a link tag, and then give it the href is style.css. Then below here I am going to add our script tag, and then the source is main.js. Alright, we have linked our files. I have linked the JavaScript and the CSS file to our index file. Alright, so let's start adding our markup. The first thing that I will do is create a nav with the class of Navbar, and in this Navbar I am going to create our logo. So I will create an anchor tag with the class of logo, and then right here I will put our logo inside an h3 tag, and then our logo says glow, right? That is our logo. Below our logo I am going to create our list item with a class of nav menu, and then inside our on other list we have our list item with a class of nav item. Alright, and then I would like to add our links inside an anchor tag, and then we have home Duplicate this 3 more times, and this gives us about. This is about, and then here we have our portfolio, right? Portfolio. And then we have our contact. Right, let me go ahead and save this project. Okay, when you save, you realize that the white dot here disappears. Control S, and it is now saved. Looking at the finished project, where is the finished project? Looking at the finished project, when you are on a smaller device, you see this nice hamburger icon. Let's go ahead and add that in our project. So right here below the links, below our list items, I am going to create a div with a class of hamburger, and inside the div I'm going to create a response with a class of bar. Need 3 of them, so I'm going to duplicate it 2 more times, and that's pretty much it about our markup. I will go ahead and open this project with Lifesaver so that we can see it live inside our Chrome browser. Just right click and then you click open with Lifesaver. This is our project inside Chrome. You realize that we have some default margins and paddings. Okay, we don't want that, so let's go ahead and remove that. Let's bring our style. Let me resize the window so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I will first of all start by selecting all the elements, giving a margin of 0, padding 0, box sizing should be border box. Control S, save, and then we get rid of all the default margins and paddings. Let's continue by selecting our navbar. I want to give it a display of flex, justify content, space between align and item center, and then I'll give it a width of 100%. Give it a mean height 70 pixels. I'm gonna give it a background color of you can give any color of your choice. Alright, and then I'll give it a padding. One padding, top and bottom should be 0, left and right. Let me give it 40 pixels, left and right. Save, and we have our navbar. But we cannot see our text. You cannot see our text. Since all our text is inside an anchor tag, I'll just select an anchor tag or the anchor tag and give it a color of white. Save. Okay, our text is now visible, but we want to get rid of all the text on the line and the bullet points. So with anchor tag, text decoration here should be none. And then let's target all the list items. List style should be none. Save. Okay, got rid of all the bullets and underlines. So let's target this one, this nav menu. Remember, we gave it a class of nav menu. Inside here, select the class nav menu. Let's turn it into a flex container, display flex. Give it a gap of, I want to give it a gap of 3 rem. Save. That looks better. Okay, let's increase the font size of our list items. So font size here should be 1.5 rem. Save. This looks better, and then our logo is really small. Let's target it. Remember, we gave it a class of logo. And then let's increase the font size to maybe 2 rem. Save. That looks better. Okay. So I want the home, about, and portfolio to be alright, to go a little bit further on the right. So we have an invisible hamburger menu. You cannot see, but if you remember here, under the list item, below the list items, we have this class of hamburger. So this hamburger is displayed here right now, even though you cannot see it. Let's go ahead and hide that on larger devices. So let's target the hamburger class, give it a display of none, and then let's just give it a cursor of pointer. This pushes our items to this area and our pages to this area, and this looks really nice, right? Okay, let's go now with the finished project. When you hover your mouse over, it changes to the color changes. So let's go ahead and also add the effect here. Alright, so I am going to come here, the nav menu, and then you select all the anchor tags. Okay, inside our CSS, where we have right here, I am going to target the nav menu, and then all the anchor tags in the nav menu. I want to give it a transition of all 300 milliseconds is right. Then let's go and add the pseudo selector nav menu, A, and then hover, change the color to this Dodger blue. Save. Let's try it out. Hover your mouse over, it changes to this color. Right, that looks good. So looking at the finished project, when you're on a smaller device, you see this hamburger menu. Let's go ahead and give the size, okay, for this hamburger menu inside our project. So coming back here, remember we gave it a class of bar. Let's select the bar, right? Display, let's give it a display of blocks so that it should stack over each other. Give it a width of 25 pixels. I want to give it a height of 3 pixels. Give margin should be 5 pixels, and then auto, so that should be at the center. Auto, sorry, oh my god, what is going on? Auto, this backspace, auto, right? Coming down and scroll up a little bit so that we can select to give it a background color of white. I like to give it a WebKit transition of all 300 milliseconds please. Then I'll also give it a transition of all 300 milliseconds is alright, and that looks good. Even you cannot see it because we gave it a display of none. Yeah, so even if you resize the window, you can see it, right? Okay, that looks better. So I think we are done with the desktop version. Let's go and add our media query to handle it with smaller devices. Media max width of 768 pixels. Let's our hamburger I want to display, let's display block. Save, try it. Let's resize the window to this width. Okay, I want to resize this window to that width. Alright, let me see. This width 700, so if I start resizing immediately, it is above 768 pixels, which is the breaking point. Realize that we don't see this hamburger menu anymore. So if it is below 700, we will keep seeing it. Okay, this looks nice. At the same time, we don't want to display the home, about, portfolio, and contact just as the finished project. You don't see anything yet, so when you click, you have it here. We have to do the same with our project. So let's go ahead and target this. Okay, but before we target this, I want us to give the styles to this, right? So this our hamburger menu. Okay, So let's handle that. Below here, I will target the hamburger dot active, giving it an active class because we have to target it in JavaScript. The end child, the second child, I want to give it an opacity of 0. So what am I trying to do? With the finished project, we have 3 lines here. When you click on it, it turns, you can only see 2 lines, right? The middle line is completely transparent. That is what I'm giving you. The second child, right? An opacity of 2, so that, an opacity of 0. So that's the second child, the opacity of 0, so that it should be completely transparent. Okay? Alright, let's go ahead and then I'll just copy this and paste below. Paste right here. And then instead of the second child, I will give it the first child. And instead of opacity, I want to, let me scroll up a little bit to reach my window. Instead of opacity, let me transform, and then translate y, translate on the y-axis, maybe 8 pixels. Rotate, I want to rotate it 45 degrees. 45 degrees. As you can see with the finished project, when you click, you see this one is transformed, this bar like this, and then it has been rotated 45 degrees clockwise, right? 45 degrees. That's what we are doing. The first child, alright? So let's copy this and do copy paste. Let's do this with the last child, the third child. We are going to do completely the opposite thing. Just add minus and then save. Alright. But looking at our project, if you click, no, this is our project, right? If you click, nothing happens. Yeah, that's because we haven't yet targeted it. We have not added our JavaScript yet. Alright, so let's move ahead and target this area. Remember, we gave it a class of nav menu. Nav menu, I want to display. Alright, let me just give it a position here of fix. Give it left minus because I want it to get away. Minus 100%. Top. The top to be. Top should be 70 pixels. And then give it a width of 100%. Remember, I don't want any gap. Gap should be 0. Gap. Remember, we gave it a gap of 3 rem earlier, so we should 0 the gap here. And then let me pull it up. Here I want the flex direction to be color. Yeah, flex direction should be color. Background color. I want the same color. You can put any color of your choice. Depends on you. And that will look, and then you realize that okay, we get rid of those. Alright, coming down here, I want to give it an active class. When it is active, I want left to be 0. Now let's come back here and looking at our, we gave this li a class of nav item. So below here I want to give them some margin. Nav item margin. Want to give 16 pixels top and bottom, and then 0 left and right. Can save. Okay, that's about it with the. Let me give when our main text align. Let's align everything at the center. Yeah, should be at the center because when you click the finished project, everything is at the center. You see text align center. That's exactly what we are doing here. But With our project, if you click, nothing happens here. Okay guys, so we are done with the desktop version of our project and the mobile so far as CSS is concerned. Now let's move on to JavaScript to add the interaction. So when you click on this, it should display just as the finished project. It should display the menu. Okay, so let's go to JavaScript. Let's open our JavaScript file, and then we will start by first of all defining our constants. Create a constant called hamburger. You can give any name of your choice. Document.query selector. I want to select the hamburger class, comma, and then let's create another menu, another variable called nav menu, and then query selector. Let's select the nav menu, close. You can make sure that the dot is here, not outside of the bracket of the commas. Okay, that is it, right? Alright, we have created our constants. We have defined the constants that we need. We have selected the elements that we need to toggle, right? This one and then this one. These are the two important classes. We have selected them here. Let's go ahead and what do we want to do with the classes? Let's add an event listener. Add event listener. Click the event. Click event. 1, 2. We are going to add ES6 arrow function. We're using ES6 arrow function. Then I want the hamburger.classlist.toggle. Then we call the active class and we give it in. Then let's do the same with the nav menu .classlist.toggle. Call it active. Okay. Save. Control S. Let's try that out. Okay, this is our project. So if you click here, okay, this looks good. And then if you click, it closes. You click, it opens. You click, it closes. Okay, with the finished project, right? When you click here, let me see. This is the finished project. When you click here, it closes. When you click anywhere here, it closes. But with our project, if you click, nothing happens, right? We want it in such a way that if the user click anywhere here, it should close this, it should hide all this menu, right? So let's use our JavaScript to target that. Coming down here, we are going to say document.query selector. Let's select all the nav menu. Nav menu, then let's add a loop for each of the nav menu. For each, add event listener. I want to maximize the window so that you can see clearly what we are doing. Add event listener, this should be click event, clicked, so that if the user click anywhere there, let's use ES6 arrow function. When the user click, what should happen? Hamburger.classlist.remove. And to remove the active class, okay? Active. Then hamburger. There's the same with the nav menu. .classlist.remove. Also active. Save. Then let's try that out. Let's try it out. Okay, coming down, this is our project. If we click here, let's click anywhere, and that is good. Realize that it's so fast. It is happening almost instantly. I don't want that. We want this nice. You see, when you click it, it slides in nicely and out. So look at our project, it's very fast. Let's come back to our CSS, and where we have here, I want to add some transition here. 300 milliseconds is safe. And then let's try that out. That is looking nice. Okay, and if you click anywhere, it goes. Click anywhere here, it goes. Okay, click any menu, it goes. Okay. Okay, that is working. And that's it, guys. So if you like this video, don't forget to share, comment, and then subscribe also for more interesting videos like this. Thank you for watching, and see you in our next video. Goodbye for now.